Change is coming to one of the world's most storied football clubs. After a turbulent and underwhelming season marked by inconsistent performances and growing frustration from supporters, the man tasked with guiding the club forward is preparing for a bold and sweeping transformation. The manager, newly arrived and full of conviction, has made it clear. The squad as it stands is not fit for the vision he has in mind. The time for sentimentality has passed and a clear-out is on the horizon. Up to 10 players could be shown the door as he reshapes the team from top to bottom. This isn't a decision made in haste, nor one driven solely by the sting of a disappointing league campaign. It's the product of months of observation, tactical analysis and deep internal reflection. The club, once synonymous with dominance and flair, has fallen behind its rivals, not just in terms of results, but in identity. There is a growing sense that the side has lost its way. Ageing stars, inconsistent performers, and players who no longer align with the demands of modern football have contributed to a stagnation that can no longer be ignored. The club's leadership, often criticised for indecision and reactive measures in years past, now stands behind the manager's bold approach. This is not simply about trimming the squad, it is about redefining it. The current makeup, despite its names and price tags, lacks the balance and energy required to implement the high-intensity, tactically disciplined style the manager demands. What's needed is a group of players who are not only technically proficient, but mentally resilient and tactically intelligent. Among those likely to depart are some once heralded signings, brought in with great fanfare, but whose impact has faded. A talented winger, known for flashes of brilliance but plagued by inconsistency, has failed to cement a place in the starting 11. A midfielder acquired from a rival club, initially seen as a transformative figure in the centre of the pitch, has struggled to adapt to the system and pace of play required. In defence, a tall, physically dominant player from Scandinavia has not lived up to expectations, often found out of position and lacking the composure needed at the highest level. Up front, a promising young forward from Northern Europe has found goals hard to come by. Despite his work rate and commitment, the brutal truth is that almost 24 appearances without a goal cannot be ignored. The manager wants a front line that can strike fear into opponents, a line that converts chances ruthlessly and presses with purpose. Sentiment cannot outweigh the cold reality of missed opportunities and wasted momentum. In midfield, a veteran figure, once the heartbeat of the team, is also under review. Once capable of dictating the tempo of matches with elegance and authority, he now appears a step too slow, his influence waning with each passing game. The game evolves quickly, and the manager knows that nostalgia has no place in a rebuild. It's not about what players have done in the past, it's about what they can still do. Even in the shadows of the squad, change is imminent. A reliable but ageing goalkeeper, often second or third choice, is expected to make way for a younger, more agile option. A veteran defender nearing the twilight of his career, respected in the dressing room but no longer able to keep up with fast-paced attackers, may also be thanked for his service and let go. These are the hard calls that mark a turning point in a club's story. The rebuild isn't just about who leaves, it's also about who arrives. Behind the scenes, the recruitment team is already hard at work, identifying players who can bring new life to the squad. There is serious interest in a powerful forward currently starring for a Midlands club, and negotiations are underway for a striker from a recently promoted side whose blend of aggression and goal-scoring prowess fits the manager's blueprint. These signings won't just fill gaps. They are intended to lead the next generation, setting the tone for a new era. This summer is being treated as a crossroads. There is a major European final on the horizon, and while that match will be approached with the full intensity it deserves, the focus remains fixed on the bigger picture. Win or lose, the club is committed to transformation. A Champions League spot would be a welcome bonus, offering greater resources and allure to prospective signings. But the rebuild will happen regardless. The identity of the club, the expectations of its supporters and the ambitions of its leadership demand nothing less. As the weeks unfold and the transfer window opens, the footballing world will watch closely. This is not just another cycle of buying and selling, this is a deliberate, strategic reshaping of a team that once set the standard, and intends to do so again. The message from the manager is unambiguous: adapt or go. The next chapter begins now. Ebereki Eze receives Man United response as two-word message issued after FA Cup win. Crystal Palace star Ebereki Eze shone at Wembley in the FA Cup final on Saturday amid transfer links with Manchester United and Arsenal, among others. Manchester United-linked Ebereki Eze has sent a two-word message on social media after scoring the winner for Crystal Palace in Saturday's FA Cup final. The Palace winger's first-half goal against Manchester City at Wembley Stadium was enough to secure a first-ever major trophy for the Eagles. Victory has also secured European football at Selhurst Park for the first time ever, with Oliver Glasner's side qualifying for next season's Europa League. The Manchester Evening News reported last September that United have been monitoring Ebereki Eze, who has a release clause of £68 million that can be reactivated this year. The Palace forward is also thought to be drawing interest from elsewhere, however, with Arsenal also among the clubs linked. And the 26-year-old has now posted a photo on Instagram of him holding the FA Cup trophy after Saturday's historic win. "Only God," he said in the caption. Ez's post has also received a response from United players past and present. Wing-back Patrick Dorgu, academy prospect Tyler Fletcher, ex-centre-back Rio Ferdinand and former Reds full-back Aaron Wan-Bissaka, now at West Ham, have liked the post. The Manchester Evening News understands that United intend to sign a goalkeeper and striker this summer in what is shaping up to be a drastic transfer window at Old Trafford. Reds boss Ruben Amorim may also want another attacker, with Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho currently out on loan and facing uncertain futures at M16. Alejandro Garnacho has also been linked with a move away. Easy has scored 13 goals and provided 11 assists for Palace across all competitions this season, but the Eagles' participation in Europe next term may improve their chances of keeping hold of their star attacker. Speaking in September last year on what the future holds for him, he said, "I'm so focused on just being the best player I can be, whatever interest comes, or whatever happens. I'm really invested in becoming the best player I can be. Whether that leads me to another club or to whatever, I'm at peace with that. And I try to stay there, at peace, as well." Yet amid the celebrations and glory, speculation continues to swirl around the future of the Palace talisman. Manchester United, long-time admirers of the winger's blend of flair, control and composure, have been monitoring his progress closely. With a release clause of £68 million now reactivated, the door is open for a potential summer swoop. Arsenal too are keeping tabs, making Easy one of the most sought-after attacking talents in the Premier League. After the final whistle and under the golden glow of success, Ease took to Instagram, sharing a picture of himself holding the FA Cup trophy aloft, eyes filled with purpose, emotion unspoken but deeply felt. Beneath the image, he typed just 2 words: "Only God." A short caption, but one that reverberated with gratitude, humility, and perhaps a hint of clarity about the weight of the moment. The post quickly drew attention, not just from fans, but from figures across football. Manchester United players past and present were among the first to engage with it. Likes rolled in from a mix of youth and experience, from promising academy talent to established names who had once worn the red shirt with pride. The gesture didn't go unnoticed. It added fuel to the ever-growing fire of speculation that Easy's journey might next lead him to the theatre of dreams. Back at Old Trafford, change is in the air. A transformative transfer window looms as United look to rebuild key areas of their squad. A goalkeeper and a striker top the list, but depending on how the cards fall with players like Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho, both currently out on loan and facing uncertain futures, a creative attacker could also be on the agenda. In that context, Easy fits the profile perfectly. An unpredictable wide player with a cutting edge and the ability to turn games on their head. Across all competitions this season, Easy has recorded 13 goals and 11 assists, numbers that tell part of the story. But it's his style of play, his ability to glide past defenders and create something from nothing, that truly sets him apart. He plays with elegance and instinct, yet always with intent. Palace's entry into European football might give them renewed hope of retaining their star, but the reality remains. Easy's performances are now echoing far beyond South London. And yet, even in the middle of it all, the speculation, the headlines, the transfer rumours, Eze remains grounded. In a revealing interview earlier in the season, he spoke not with anxiety about his future, but with clarity. "I'm so focused on just being the best player I can be," he said. Matheus Cunha sends wordless message as Man United chase £62.5 million transfer. Manchester United linked Matheus Cunha has posted an update on social media as he looks to end the season strongly at Wolves in the Premier League. Wolves star Matheus Cunha has taken to social media amid growing speculation over a move to Manchester United. The Reds see Cunha as a key target in the upcoming summer transfer window as they seek to improve their attacking output under Ruben Amorim. The Brazilian's impressive tally of 15 Premier League goals from 31 appearances during the 2024 to 2025 campaign is also said to have attracted interest from top-flight rivals Arsenal. Despite signing a new deal at Molineux in February, rumours swirled that the 25-year-old could leave the West Midlands club, given the £62.5 million release clause in his contract. The Manchester Evening News understands that Cunha remains optimistic about a potential move to Old Trafford in the summer, and the Brazil international has posted an update on his Instagram stories. In a wordless message, Cunha is seen in the gym ahead of Wolves' clash at newly crowned FA Cup winners Crystal Palace on Tuesday evening. The versatile attacker admitted in March that although he could not leave Vitor Pereira's side in the middle of the season, he needs to take the step and challenge for major honours. "I had a lot of offers, but I wouldn't feel well if I had done it. Left Wolves," he told The Guardian. "Some things you can't control, but I couldn't leave the club in the middle of the season in a difficult situation in the relegation zone. Now, we're close to achieving our goal of staying up, but I've made it clear that I need to take the next step. I want to fight for titles, for big things. I have potential." United are also targeting Ipswich Town striker Liam Delap, who has a £30 million release clause in his contract, which was made active after the Tractor Boys Premier League relegation was confirmed. However, the Englishman's arrival at M16 may be more dependent on whether Amorim's men win the Europa League to qualify for next season's Champions League, with Chelsea also interested. United face Tottenham Hotspur in Bilbao on Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. kickoff, as they look to win Europe's second-tier competition for the first time since 2017. Matthias Cunha has stirred intrigue among football fans and pundits alike after posting a cryptic, wordless message on social media, one that could hardly be more timely given the rising speculation about his future. As the Premier League season nears its climax, the Wolves forward, a beacon of consistency and flair at Molineux, finds himself at the heart of transfer rumours linking him with a summer move to Manchester United. The Brazilian forward, who has dazzled with his creativity, pace and lethal finishing, has become one of the most talked about figures in English football. His 15-goal tally from 31 league appearances has not only been instrumental in Wolves' campaign, but has also caught the attention of rival top-flight clubs, including Arsenal. Still, it is Manchester United's pursuit that seems the most serious. The Old Trafford outfit, under the stewardship of Ruben Amorim, is eyeing reinforcements to inject firepower into their front line, and Cunha has emerged as a leading candidate. Despite putting pen to paper on a new contract at Wolves as recently as February, a £62.5 million release clause woven into that deal has ensured that suitors haven't been dissuaded. Sources close to the situation suggest that Cunha remains optimistic about a potential switch to United, particularly with the Red Devils aiming to reshape their squad and challenge more aggressively on domestic and European fronts next season. Amid this flurry of speculation, Cunha's Instagram post was subtle yet telling. No caption, no elaborate message, just an image of him grinding away in the gym, focused, driven and clearly determined to end the season with strength and professionalism. It was a silent statement, one that spoke volumes. He is fully committed to Wolves, for now, but he is also preparing for what may come next. Earlier in the season, the forward opened up about his ambitions during an interview that now feels prophetic. Reflecting on his decision to stay with Wolves through difficult times, he explained that loyalty and timing played crucial roles. "I had a lot of offers, but I wouldn't feel well if I had done it. Left Wolves," he said. "Some things you can't control, but I couldn't leave the club in the middle of the season in a difficult situation in the relegation zone." Indeed, his presence and performances have helped drag Wolves away from danger, edging them towards safety and allowing fans to dream again. Yet Cunha himself has made no secret of his aspirations. "Now, we're close to achieving our goal, but I've made it clear that I need to take the next step. I want to fight for titles, for big things." Manchester United's plans for a defensive overhaul this summer appear to be accelerating, with sources confirming that the club has expressed strong interest in signing AC Milan left-back Theo Hernandez. As United prepare for a crucial window that could redefine the shape of their squad, the French international has emerged as a serious target to bolster the club's options in defence. With the future of several key players uncertain, including Luke Shaw, whose recurring injuries have disrupted consistency, and Lenny Yoro, who's yet to make a sustained impact, United are now exploring elite-level reinforcements in the fullback position. Theo Hernandez ticks every box. Powerful, quick and technically gifted, Hernandez has built a reputation as one of Europe's most complete left-backs during his time at Milan. Whether it's surging forward with his trademark runs or delivering dangerous crosses from deep and wide areas, the Frenchman offers both defensive reliability and attacking flair. In many ways, he represents the modern fullback United have lacked, someone who can stretch the pitch, support the attack and recover with pace when needed. It's no surprise then that United have now formally entered the picture. Club scouts have been tracking Hernandez for months, and the technical staff are said to be impressed by his consistency in Serie A and on the European stage, particularly in Milan's Champions League campaigns. At 26, Hernandez is entering his prime years, and his experience at both club and international level would immediately raise the standard in United's backline. This isn't just a flashy link to a big name, it's a calculated move. United's left-back situation has grown increasingly unstable. Luke Shaw, when fit, remains a reliable presence, but persistent injuries have severely limited his availability. Lenny Yoro, brought in as competition, missed the entire 2023-24 campaign due to injury setbacks and remains a question mark for the future. Diogo Dalot has filled in admirably on the left, but his natural position remains on the right side of defence. That leaves a glaring need. A top-level, first-choice left-back who can stay fit, dominate both ends of the pitch, and support United's wider attacking ambitions. Theo Hernandez fits that profile perfectly. Hernandez doesn't just play the position, he redefines it. His heat maps for Milan often resemble those of a winger, with overlapping runs, underlapping sprints into the box and key passes in final third build-up. He's averaged over 2.0 successful dribbles per game in Serie A this season, with an impressive pass completion rate under pressure, attributes that would give United a new attacking weapon and shift how the team builds play from the back. What truly sets him apart, though, is his big game mentality. Whether in the Champions League or Serie A derbies, Hernandez has consistently shown he can perform on the biggest stages, a trait United have lacked in several high-pressure fixtures in recent seasons. For Manchester United, this potential deal is about sending a signal. After years of inconsistent transfer strategy, the club, now influenced by Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Ineos group, appears determined to make smarter, long-term investments. Fernandes isn't just a luxury signing, he represents a key piece in a puzzle United have struggled to complete: how to build a team with consistent width, pace and control in wide areas. AC Milan, however, are not eager sellers. Fernandes remains a crucial figure in their setup, and with a contract running until 2026, the Italian giants are in a strong negotiating position. Reports suggest they could demand a fee upwards of £60 to £70 million, especially considering the premium on top-tier fullbacks in today's market. For Manchester United, the question now is one of commitment, with Ineos taking a more prominent role in football operations and with the club aiming to build a younger, faster and more balanced squad. A move for Fernandes could signal the type of ambition fans have been waiting to see, one that reflects both immediate intent and long-term planning. That said, competition for his signature is expected. Clubs across Europe are keeping tabs on Fernandes, and United may need to act swiftly if they hope to convince the player to join a team still finding its way back to consistent success. But the opportunity is clear. In Theo Fernandes, United would gain a world-class left-back with the ability to change games on both ends of the pitch. With physical dominance, elite athleticism and a winning mentality, he could become a cornerstone of the club's next era. As the summer transfer window nears, this developing story is one to watch closely. If United make their move, it could be one of the defining signings of the window, and a clear signal that the rebuild is no longer theoretical. It's beginning now.